Bam, what's goody? Jordan Baywood here, and I'm a music producer and audio engineer, and today's video is the last vocal EQ tutorial you'll ever need to watch. Today, we're going to be diving into using an EQ as really the foundation of mixing a vocal. It's always step 2 that I do, so I would like to dive in right away and get started. So last video, if you've seen, we focused on auto-tune only, and we did the pitch correction and flex pitch. Now that we got all the vocals tuned and ready, now it's time to start shaping the vocal, and we use that by EQ. Here's what we have so far.
Wasted, thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked. Fixing my life up, bullshit, cause I ain't changing.
Alright, so we got this vocal right here.
Wasted.
This is our main vocal. So what I like doing is just tapping on this EQ right here. Boom. And this is going to give us a spectrum. And now what an EQ is, it's a spectrum of all the audio. The way we hear sound and everything is by frequencies. Every sound has a frequency that it is in. A vocal is a broad range of frequencies. That means it takes up a lot of space in a mix. So what we want to do is give it its own space, and that's what an EQ is going to do. And remember, the art of mixing is making space for everything. So if we have the vocal in this low end down here where the sub lays, it's going to conflict. So we always want to make sure the first step is to take out the low ends. Now I found a really cool trick to figure out how much lows we take out, and all we're gonna do is turn this band on. Let's do this. If you see this purple space over, that means it's going to take out all those frequencies. So if we hear it now, we're only gonna hear the low end.
Wasted, thinking about the way you said that I won't make it.
So that's what an EQ is doing. So now what we're gonna do is going like up to here. So right there, that's where it's like muffled, and you're not really hearing any character to the vocal, and that's how I know to take up to around 127. So that's what I'm gonna do right there, around 127. And then I'm gonna just move this back now. So we're gonna remember that around that 130 range right there, okay? Because anything under there, you can hear it's all bass. And remember, our bass and our beat is there. And if you have two basses going at the same time, it's called phasing, and then it cancels each other out. So I've heard a lot of people at live shows where their bass and 808 will literally phase out of the whole thing, and they won't have any sub bass because there's too much low ends in the vocals and the drums and the instruments. Now what I like to do for the high end to see how much highs are we going to take out. So right here, the character of his vocal stops, so we can go up to 11,000. So we're going to move this to 11,000. And then this goes at around 127 like we said. All right, perfect. Now we've cleaned up the bottom end and the top end of the vocal. That is step 1 that I like doing.
Thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is...
So next on an EQ, what I like doing is I like increasing one of these bands and then using this at the bottom, increase the Q. And now what we're going to do is called search and destroy. And when we're going to slowly go through this spectrum of frequencies, and any frequency that bounces out and sounds super annoying, all we're going to do is bring it down a little bit.
Thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked. Fixing my life up, bullshit, cause I ain't changing. I say it
Nice.
too much, you retort and say I'm wasted. Thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can...
Right there, you hear that? So we call that a problem child. What we're gonna do is just slowly bring this down about 3 dB. Okay, boom. And we're gonna do the same thing with the next band. Now since we covered that, everything before that, nothing was standing out, we're gonna go now after it, a little bit after it, and do the same thing till we get up to the top.
When I'm wasted, thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked. Fixing my life up, bullshit, cause I ain't changed.
Right there. Ooh, ouch. Do that again. bring it down 3. We're going to do one more because we have a little more space. So right here.
When thinking about the way you said that I won't make it.
All right, we're good. It's such minor things, but it's so important if you really want to get a professional vocal. And this is what I do when I mix vocals. I really take it to that next level and make sure that it's going to be perfect. All of this right here, what we just did is called deductive EQing. We're taking out bad frequencies. Now, the next form of EQing is additive EQing. We're going to add frequencies that we do like. So we're going to increase parts that we do like. Now, I like to keep these EQs separate. So even if I use the same EQ, I like to close that one, open another one, and boom. Personally, for additive EQ, I love using an EQ that goes in that vintage EQ collection called graphic EQ. You open up an EQ like this, it's the same thing. There's just no visual aspect. Different EQs and stuff, they're gonna have different tones and they're gonna have different sounds to them a little bit. So I'll increase these bands a bunch. If it doesn't sound bad, then I'll increase it by 3 decibels. If it does sound bad, I'll decrease it by 1 decibel. So we're gonna increase this 16K range all the way up. Me doing this is the same thing of me going at 16K. Let's find 16K and boosting it like this, okay? Or deducting it. So it's the same thing. It's all a spectrum. It's all a spectrum. All right, so
wasted thinking about the way you said that I won't make.
I'm gonna leave that all the way up there. That sounds good to me.
Wasted thinking about the way you said it.
You see how that sounds good too, but it's too much. So we're gonna just bring it like right here, 3.
Wasted thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked.
See, that sounds like a problem child, so I'm just gonna bring that down a little bit, 0.5.
Wasted thinking about the way you said that I won't.
I like that. See, it doesn't sound annoying when you boost it up to 12 dB, so that means we should probably boost that a few dB to give it character.
Wasted thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked. Fixing my life up bullshit, cause I ain't changing. I say it too much, you retort and say I wasted thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked.
So then these down here don't matter because we took out that bass. So let's see what we have before with this.
Wasted thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked. Fixing my life up bullshit, cause I ain't changing. I say it too much, you retort and think.
So, alrighty, man, that sounds really good. With this first EQ, we took out the stuff. And when you're doing deductive EQing, make sure you're using an EQ where you can see it visually. That's where I like doing. And when you're adding, pretty much go by your ears. And even with most cases, when I'm doing this, I'm closing my eyes and just going for a certain sound, whatever sounds good. Don't overthink it. Let's take off this pitch correction and EQs and see the before and after of what we got so far.
Wasted thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked. Fixing my life up bullshit, cause I ain't changing. I say it too much, you retort and say I wasted thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is when I saw you naked. Fixing my life up bullshit, cause I ain't changing. I say it too much, you retort and say
perfect. With an EQ, you're always, throughout the whole mix, you're gonna tweak the EQ a little bit, okay? And if you have any questions at all, feel free to comment them down below. The next video we're gonna do is compressing, making this vocal consistent and sitting in the pocket that we want. For this, the rest of this series, we got a compressor, we have adding more top end and excitement to the vocal, mixing a layer, mixing an ad-lib, adding reverbs, adding delays, mastering the track. So this is all going to be part of the series. This is just episode 2. So make sure you hit that subscribe button because I just found out 76% of you are not subscribed. And that means I'm pretty much making videos for no reason. So if you appreciate learning about vocal mixing and mastering and want more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, guys, you might as well turn that like button blue. It's crazy. It throws confetti in your face when you hit the like button blue now. It is insane. And if you want to stay up to date with all my videos and anytime I go live on YouTube, hit that post notification bell right next to the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time I drop some heat. And if you have any questions at all, like I said, or tutorials you'd like me to make in the future, please comment them down below. And if you want some free vocal presets, you can always check my links in the description. I have about 15 different free vocal presets for Logic, for FL Studio that you can check out. I'm always trying to give value to you guys. I love making videos for YouTube and this community. So I will see you guys next video. Peace.
When I'm down, I feel alive. I've been waiting, got no time to compromise, cause I'm impatient. I write lines of you and I in my mom's basement. She said I need to go, I'm always fucking wasted, thinking about the way you said that I won't make it. All I can think about is